welcome to a new episode of Worlds Collide, the podcast about moving abroad. And actually, this episode is the 100th episode. Woohoo! So exciting. And I brought you for this episode my guest of episode 1, Denise. So, before I let her talk and join her into this conversation, I just wanted to let you know that you have a few ways how you can support the podcast. One is tell everyone about it, tell all your friends and family about it so they can check it out and listen to it. And then, of course, leave a 5-star rating wherever you listen to the podcast. And don't forget to subscribe. So don't forget to push the follow button somewhere in the corner of your app, and then you will never miss an episode. And another way is if you feel extra generous, there is also a buy me a coffee. The link for this is in the show notes, and you can chip in whatever amount you feel comfortable like, so I can bring you more episodes. All right, so much for that. And now I will come to my guest, Denise in Canada. Hey, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Thanks for
I'm
having me again.
Yes, it's been 3 years, and a lot of things, I guess, changed
A
since
lot of
then.
things. Yes, I moved. I got a dog. I bought a house. I got a new career. So, yeah, a lot of things changed.
A lot of things changed. So, just to rewind, when we spoke last, you just moved to Canada about a year earlier,
I
and you were not working,
I
and
don't
you
think it
moved.
was even that long. I
It
think it
wasn't
was
even
just
that long,
or
just
maybe a
around that
year.
time.
Yeah, I maybe a year tops.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you moved to Canada for your husband.
That's right. My husband is Canadian. We met in an online game. We didn't plan on getting married, so it was just, I'm going to come for a vacation. So I had my tiny suitcase, and then we extended my stay and extended my stay, and then we decided to get married, and I've never left Canada since then.
Have you left Canada since then now?
No.
No.
I mean, yes, for a few cross-border shopping trips, but I've not been back to Germany.
Okay, right. You've been back to Germany. Okay, so um, and you also when you moved to Canada first, you were in the Greater Toronto area.
That's correct, yes.
And where are you now?
I'm in a little town between Windsor and London, Ontario. It's about 45 minutes away to the Detroit border. So it's 40,000 people town. It's really small, but we have everything we need here except the Costco, but I'm okay with that.
With the
Gives me some
Costco.
money.
Oh, I didn't know you have Costco in Canada, but that's good to know.
Yeah, I'm a big
Um,
shopper at Costco.
yeah. So why did you move then further away into like the smaller area?
So, my father-in-law passed away in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking for houses before that, and then he got diagnosed with cancer. And then
Hmm.
shortly after, he passed away. And then my husband said, "It's time for change. Everything around here reminds me of my father, right?" And then we started actively looking for a house, and we looked in Windsor and in London. And on the way back home, our realtor said, "Oh, in Chatham, there is a house. You liked it before; it was already conditionally sold. Then they backed out, but it's back on the market. Do you guys want to see it?" And we said, "Yeah, sure, okay." And on the way home, on the Sunday or whatever it was, we stopped here, and I looked at the house, and I fell in love instantly with this house. It's not the most beautiful one, as you can see, wood paneling behind me, right?
Uh-huh.
But it has charm. I just love it, and it's on a dead end street. It's peaceful. The neighbors are nice, and people are not driving like maniacs here in the city like they do
Mm-hmm.
in the GTA, right? So it's like peaceful. I think that's the best description of this town. Peaceful.
Okay. So it was a welcome change for both of you.
Yes, it was. And we also took his best friend with us. We were living together already in Ajax in the GTA.
Right, right. I remember. Yes.
Yeah, we were living in a two-bedroom basement apartment. And then we looked for the house and we said, "Do you want to come with us?" And he said, "I don't know. It's 4 hours away, four and a half, depending on traffic. I don't
Sure.
know." And then he said, "Okay, guys, I'm going to come with you." And now he's still with us. He has his room here.
Okay.
We have
All right.
now,
So like he's your he's your adopted son.
basically, yeah. Before I
Yeah.
called him my basement son because we were living in the basement, right?
Uh-huh.
But now it's not accurate. We don't have a basement anymore, so not a basement
Okay.
son.
All right. So how did you adjust to Canada?
I think I adjusted pretty well. Before I had like social anxiety and things because I mean it's a new country, a new language, new culture, and all that, right? And now
Mm-hmm.
after 4.5 years, I think I'm out here. After that time, I think I fit right in.
Okay.
I do small
Uh,
talk when I'm shopping. I would have never,
mm-hmm.
if you would have told me that a few years ago that I'm going to make small talk when I'm standing in line, I would have said you're crazy. But now I'm doing it
Yeah.
myself.
Okay. Okay. So you also adjust more with the culture too. Like being more open.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, it was never an issue for me being friendly. I think, a nice person,
Uh huh.
right? So it was never an issue, but I feel home here now. I think,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I
nice.
feel
How
home.
long? Oh, how long did it take you to feel home?
I think probably good 3 years.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
I think 3 years till I like fully felt home. I think the
And
move to this house helped too because it's
mm-hmm.
our own now. It's not rented, right? We bought this house.
Right.
So this is where I put my roots down, basically.
Right. And I also remember like when we first talked, you were getting your toes into like working again. And then since we're always in touch on Instagram, I also saw that you're working for like a sandwich shop for a while.
Yes, I was working for Firehouse Subs.
Oh,
But
Firehouse. Yes, of course. They're here
yes,
too.
delicious. Delicious and a healthier option. I should stop advertising for them.
Uh-huh.
It was a great experience working there. Getting my feedback, working and getting out of the house, meeting other people, having to use my English and not in a way that's not at home. My husband is not judging me if I do mistakes, but customers do. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So it was a good and bad experience. Sometimes, right? But I think it helped me to overcome some of my social anxiety as well. But the
sure.
bigger thing to overcome it was actually my new job.
Okay, so did you then just stay for a little while in the sandwich industry and then you like just decided to like find something else?
No, I was actually working there till we moved away.
Mm-hmm.
Like till 2 days before, I was still working there.
Okay.
And then we moved. I didn't have a job here right away when we moved to the new house. My husband works from home, so that wasn't an issue. And
Okay.
I thought, okay, here's a firehouse subs too in this town. Maybe they're going to hire me. Maybe they don't. Maybe I work at Starbucks or whatever, right? McDonald's. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. I'm a happy person as long as, I get some changes. I'm not all day in my house. I'm okay, right? It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what I'm doing. I'm just happy. And I applied everywhere and I didn't get any callbacks, right? And I was getting
Mm-hmm.
depressed because of that. I mean, okay, it was maybe 6 weeks or so from the move till I got the job, but still, for me, it was a long
But
time.
still, sure, but it's like you're just waiting.
Exactly. You're sitting there, look at your phone, hope that someone's calling you back for a job interview, right? And nothing happened. I'm like, okay, this is a great start in this new town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting home all day. But then we decided we need to do some renovations in the house. We have an upstairs bathroom, and we decided to take out the bathtub. And so I went around looking for tiles because we wanted a tile shower. And this is basically how I got my new job because I went into this tile gallery and this lady was so nice and so knowledgeable and she knew exactly what she was talking about. And I'm like, I like her. Yeah. And then she told me that
Mm-hmm.
she has a pool. And I'm like, okay, she's going to be my best friend at some point because
Yes.
she has a pool, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I bought my things from her, and we had some difficulties with the installation. I ended up doing it partially myself, the installation, because the contractor wasn't really reliable. So I
Mm.
had her a lot in my house for consultation, right? Because I was didn't know what I was doing at that point. And then at some point, I was like making margaritas in my kitchen because it was a summer day, right? And I'm
Sure,
like,
sure.
come on, here, have a margarita, right? This is so depressing, this whole situation. Let's lighten the mood a
Uh-huh.
little bit, right? And have a
Yeah.
margarita. And she said, sure, why not? And then we got
Okay. She was
talking.
working, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it
But
was
she's also schmoozing with the clients. It's part of
exactly
a
right.
job.
She's not
Yes.
saying no if a client asks her,
Yeah,
to have
yeah,
a
sure.
margarita. But it was like more towards the end of the day, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then we got talking, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can't find a job to save my life in this town. And she said, really? For how much hours are you looking? I said, I don't care. Even if it's just 3 hours, I just need to get out of the house, right? And
Yes.
she said, really? You're happy with 3 hours a week? I said, not really, but I would take anything, right? And she
Yes.
said, you know what? Just come next Monday or whatever. She said, come with your resume, and then we have a little chat. So I printed my resume. I walked in there. We had a good conversation about work ethics and all that. She said, okay, we're going to give this a try. And
Oh, okay. Oh, easy peasy.
easy peasy.
Nice job interview.
It was a real job interview. It was not just
Yeah, but like it
chatting.
was kinda.
But it was like it was meant to be, you know. And since then, it's like almost 1.5 years now I'm working there. Um, Now I'm knowing what I'm doing. In the
Okay.
beginning,
3 hours a week.
no, no, it's way more. It's way more.
Okay.
It was just, she was like 3 hours. Okay, I can do 3 hours. Okay, let's see if that works out. But no, it's more than 3 hours a week.
So you are selling tiles now?
Yes, I do sell tiles, and I
Oh,
have
you
a
sell
forklift
tiles.
certification to unload trucks, and yes, I'm using it too, the forklift certification, and I can measure.
Oh, okay, completely different.
It's like a little bit of everything, like entering invoices, ordering products for our clients, helping our clients to find the right choice for their taste when they come in, and also educating them about, let's say, waterproofing in their bathrooms or in their basements if they're like living in a high flood area or something, right?
Sure.
And also working in the warehouse, picking orders, so lifting 50-pound bags of mortar all day long and boxes of tiles and loading client cars and unloading big trucks with a forklift.
Okay. So that was like completely out of your comfort zone though, wasn't it?
100% out of my comfort zone. But I
Uh-huh.
think it helped me grow.
Yeah. But did you hesitate
No,
to take this job? No?
no, I didn't. No, because
Was it because you were so desperate? or you were open to try something new?
I was open to try something new, and I was like, this feels like it was meant to be. It was,
Mm-hmm.
this contractor that worked in my house was never like that before, and then he changed, and then it was just meant to be that I'm getting in closer contact with the owner of this tile gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And then ending up working there, it was just it felt like it was meant to be.
Okay. Okay, and now you feel comfortable in what you're doing.
Very, very comfortable. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
I'm by myself in the shop sometimes too when my boss is like running errands or is like at a client's house, do measurements or educating them on their waterproofing or stuff like that. I'm sometimes by myself, and I am super comfortable doing the math for how much square footage they need, and it's all in inches now. So I had to
Oh,
learn
yeah,
that
yeah.
too,
Oh my
right?
God.
inches and feet. So that was a little learning curve for me.
Oh yeah, I still don't know how that works.
Yeah, it works. So when I'm at work, I know exactly what I'm doing. If you ask me now, I'm like, I don't know. This
Okay,
is
so
not my
because like
workspace.
you are already in the setup.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting a little interruption here. What is it? You done? That was my daughter.
Oh,
No, she's homesick. She's home because she's got a strep throat.
oh
So
no, poor
yeah, it's
thing.
going around apparently. And so, did it also um help you feel more comfortable using English in public?
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
yes.
Also, so it's a small business I'm working for, and so my boss goes to like Biz Connect nights. It's like once a month on a Wednesday for like 3 hours, where other business owner meet in like different settings. And at some point, she said, "I don't want to go alone. Do you want to come with me?" And I'm like, "No, but yes, I'm going to come with you,"
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
my social anxiety, and I'm like, I have no idea what to talk about with these people,
Yes. Uh-huh.
right?
Sure.
And now I'm actually really comfortable going there. I'm handing out cards left and right for the business. I'm explaining to these people what we're doing, what we're selling. And I'm like, if you're ever in need of tiles, just come over, right? We're going to give you a good deal. And, you're going to be at the right place with us. I'm like really comfortable doing things out of my comfort zone. I'm getting used to do things that make me uncomfortable to grow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And and also you said you also got a dog.
I did. She's a rescue. She's a coonhound mix, and oh my god, I love her so much. She is now 7 years old in March,
Uh-huh.
and she's so cute. I just love her so much.
Did you have pets before and when you lived in Germany?
No, I didn't. So
No?
she's my first dog ever.
Okay. So you didn't have like any comparing experiences.
No, but she's really a good girl. She listens so well. Unless you have food in your hand, then everything is off limits.
Yeah.
Because
And I also remember from our last conversation, you had like you were missing like certain things. You were like these like packaged foods.
yes, I really, really miss that. Still do
Do you
sometimes.
still?
I still do miss it, but my friend's mom lives in Germany, and she's sending me like once or twice a year a little package, and that makes me so unbelievable happy.
Yeah. You still, and did you maybe like for some products learn to find substitutions?
Yes, for like broth, like bouillon cubes, I found a good substitution for that here,
Yeah,
but that's about it.
that's about it. Okay. But was it in when you were like in the greater Toronto area, was it like easier to like find things?
Way easier. Here the next European store is like 45 minutes away.
Okay.
And they don't have really great selection. So every time I'm back in the GTA, I am going to that one store that I frequently visit before when I was living there and buy like my curry ketchup, my German mustard, right? Stuff like that. So I always stock up on that when I'm back there.
Hi, I'm Steph from the Get the Boots podcast, and I'm looking for guests. Thank you, Victoria, for squeezing me in here. My podcast is all about grabbing opportunities, overcoming challenges, and saying yes to your story. I talk to people from all over the world who have braved and survived difficult situations, changes, and transitions, whether voluntarily or because life happened and they didn't have a choice. It could be a move to another country, but it could also be a completely different challenge. I want to hear it all. If you're interested in telling your story or know someone who might be a good fit, let me know, because there is someone out there who needs to hear it. Don't hesitate, get in touch with me. You can find my podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts or contact me on Instagram. My handle is overloadedsteph. Bye.
Like in the small town, and of course, like, was it like special that there's this new girl from Germany? Are you like,
I'm not
do you?
even sure if most people know that I'm from Germany. My neighbors were actually surprised. I was talking with her in the summertime. I think we were just taking out down our pool, end of summer, and she was like looking what I was doing, right? Having like the big hose running through the sewage from the backyard. And so I was talking with her, and we we were talking, and then I said, "Oh yeah, that's different in Germany." I don't remember what it was, and she was like, "Germany," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm German." She said, "Oh, I didn't know that." They don't really pay much attention to
I
things
mean,
like that.
it's also not that obvious, you know? I mean, like, if when you talk to somebody, then yes, they might guess your accent, but it's
But
not that you're running around in a dirndl and lederhosen.
exactly, and also, I mean, Canada is probably a little bit different than the US in this part. Canada is a country of immigration, so it's not unusual to hear different accents all day long.
Mhm.
So this is we have so many people from so many different countries
Mhm.
here, so it's not really that it stands out. You know what I mean?
Did you think like this helped your social anxiety, like in terms of speaking a different language? Because like other people also like always whatever struggle with finding the right words or making some mistakes.
Yes, I think that helped a lot, and it helped my confidence a big time when I passed my English proficiency test
Uh-huh.
last summer. Because I was always like, my English is not good enough. My English is so bad, and all of that. And then I went to the English proficiency test. That's a requirement to for your Canadian citizenship.
Uh-huh.
And I went there and I met other German people and we got talking and I'm like, "Oh, how long have you been here in Canada for?" And they say, "Oh, 17 years and counting and all that." And
Mhm.
we did our test and exchanged numbers after. And then a few days later, we got our results. So level 12 is the highest level you can reach.
Uh-huh.
And I got a level 11 and
Oh, nice.
I messaged her and said, "Hey, how did it go? I got a level 11. How was it for you and your husband?" And they said, "Oh, we got a 5."
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm like, "Oh, okay. I don't know why,
I
I
think it is, but I think I don't know. I don't want to judge, but you have you're always surrounded by English speakers, right? Your husband is an English speaker, your
yeah, true.
roommate is an English speaker, and they maybe like they speak German in the house.
She told me that she actually just speak English with her daughter, and I'm like, that doesn't. Maybe she has like anxiety or
Yeah,
something like that.
possible too.
Maybe
Sure,
some,
sure.
maybe that was a factor. But I was like, okay, I can be proud of this now.
No,
I have
yeah, 100%. So
I have
how far along are you with your residency?
I fulfilled my residency obligations. I forgot the word.
Uh-huh.
Sorry,
Application? Uh-huh.
the obligation. So you have to be
Obligations.
in the
Okay, uh-huh.
country out of 5 years. You have to be in the country for 3 years. Um,
Mhm.
Day trips, like if you go over the border, like let's say to Detroit or whatever, and you come back on the same day, it does not count as an absent day. And I fulfilled.
But if you go on vacation out of the country, then it counts as an absent day?
Yes, yes,
Ah,
it does.
okay. All right.
So
So in these like 5 years, let's say you're not allowed to make like longer vacations. Like, oh, I'm going for like 6 months around the world. Then like,
no, you can do that, but you have to wait then an extra 6 months to be able to
ah,
apply for
okay,
citizenship. So
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
like I said, I passed my English proficiency test in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was taking citizenship classes. Here, it's for free for permanent residents in Canada to prepare you for the citizenship test
Mm-hmm.
that you have to do. There's like 1,300 possible questions, and you get 20 out of these 1,300 questions, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to answer 15 right. And after that, and all the background checks and all that, if that all works out, then you're going to be able to become a Canadian citizen.
Okay. Do you think like the immigration system, at least like that part, is pretty easy?
I looked over the application itself that you have to fill out for Canadian citizenship, and I kid you not, it's way easier to apply for citizenship than it is for permanent residency.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's way easier. It's maybe, I don't know, 5 pages. You have to put your address history in there, your work history. That's basically, and some documentation, like your English proficiency test, and some, documents like your passport and that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically it.
Okay.
So it's super easy. I can do it myself. I'm
Okay, but
confident to be able.
but before you also had to do the residency.
Yeah, I had to get my permanent residency, and I got my permanent residency in January 2023.
Mm-hmm. And that was also, but I mean, okay, it was more paperwork, but like the process was pretty simple.
I actually hired an immigration consultant because
Okay.
I wasn't confident enough to do the paperwork in English by myself, because my
Sure.
husband was working long hours, and he said, I don't have time for this, right? And we
Yeah.
want to do it right the first time. We don't want to have
Sure.
any issues. So we actually hired an immigration consultant. It was not cheap, but it was a good choice to do. I have a binder.
Yeah.
It's like super thick. It's probably like 6 centimeters thick, just for my permanent residency paperwork.
Okay.
So it's a
Yeah.
lot.
So, okay, so you had help and you would also recommend that for others.
I mean, if you're confident enough with a language, by all
Uh-huh.
means,
Okay.
just make sure that, everything is accurate, filled out, because I've seen horror stories online that, there was like a switched number somewhere, right? So one digit was off in
Sure.
something, and they got declined
I
because of
see.
that, or the signature looked a little bit different on one page than it did on another one, and they got
Okay.
declined because of that. So I'm really glad that we hired someone to do that,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it would have stressed me out so much to do it by myself.
I see. I see. But are there still things that you don't adjust to that well?
I actually don't know.
Or are there things that you think are easier in Germany, like system wise? I don't know. I heard before like there are complaints about how slow the health system is in Canada.
Yeah, I need to be honest here. I'm very, very lucky, and I have a family doctor. Um, she is 400 kilometers away, but I am still able to have virtual appointments with her whenever I need it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once a year, I have to see her in person, but it's no problem because we have family around there. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't, yes and no. The health system is not the best here. Here in this town, there's no walk-in clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens, you have to go to the hospital or drive like 20 kilometers to a walk-in clinic,
Uh-huh.
right? Before in the GTA, you had a walk-in clinic on every second corner,
Sure.
basically. Yes, you had long wait times when you went there without an appointment, right? But here it's different. But we're in a small town. We're more rural here, right? So it's sad. We definitely need more doctors here in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you're a doctor, then go apply
Come to
for a job in
Chatham.
Canada. I don't know. I always feel like Canada is very similar to the US, and then it's also not that different from Europe.
He, yeah, I don't. I mean, we have similarities between Canada and the US, but on the other hand, we're totally different. This is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a lot of people would get angry if you say, the US and Canada are basically the same.
Oh
You're
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
no.
you're not gonna
But
make
a lot of people
friends
say
during
it is
this
very
time,
similar,
right?
like the culture wise.
I would not
And
agree with that
and
because
the stores.
maybe
No, okay, go
stores, yes.
ahead.
But culturally, it's like Canada embrace the diversity of people. They're not expecting you to leave your culture at the border, basically. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like they accept you however you are, whatever culture you have, as long as you're
Mm-hmm.
respectful, you can embrace it here.
Okay.
They don't
That
want
sounds
you to
great.
forget where you're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
if that
All
makes
right,
sense.
that's really nicely said. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we are coming to an end because it was a really nice catch up.
It was really nice to see you again.
Yes, likewise. All right. So we'll be in touch, but I'm gonna push the pause button now. And thank you so much for being on the podcast again for the second time. And I hope we'll stay in touch.
Thank you so much for having me again. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, of course. That was episode 100. Woohoo! Okay, guys, thank you so much for always listening and for telling everyone. I'm very thankful for all you listeners and for listening to many of the episodes that I brought out, and for all the guests who told their stories, like expat coaches, people who help people move abroad, and who wrote books, like all these nice authors, and everyone who was a guest on this show. All right, that was it for this week. I hope you have a great rest of your week and enjoy wherever you are in the world. You will hear from me soon. Until then, bye.